is Mary Wuestefeld. I am a retired school teacher and currently the owner with my husband of Three Sisters Gifts in Hickory Flat, which is in Cherokee County, Georgia. Having lived in Cherokee County my entire life, I've seen a lot of wonderful changes. I've never wanted to leave permanently. I've always wanted to live here and work here. Though I do love to travel, it's still always home and hopefully always will be. There are many reasons why I love living in Cherokee County, but one of them is the fact that I know that I can count on the people who live here to take care of each other. I've had the opportunity to travel a lot in my life. My father and mother loved to travel. We went a lot of places. My husband and I like to travel. I always say I've always enjoyed every trip that we've been on, but I always love coming home. I love seeing other people's way of life, but our way of life here in Canton and Hickory Flat and Cherokee County is unmatched. We have a lot of beautiful things here. We have a lot of opportunity for work and play and shopping at Three Sisters, of course, but other places too. And now we have restaurants, so it's a good place to come home to. Having always lived in Cherokee County, I can honestly say that I've always felt like I was at home. When I went away to college, I had a good friend who lived in the city of Atlanta. Atlanta's a wonderful place. She came home with me one weekend and she said, and this is the first time I really ever thought of it in this way, she said, "Mary, when you come home, you're not just coming home to visit your mother and father and your brothers and sisters. You're coming home to a community." She had gone to church with us. We had gone out to eat. We had seen some family members and some friends, and she really embraced the fact that it was just different here. And I think that's still true. Maybe not quite like it was in the 70s, but I think it is still very true. In Cherokee County, we are blessed with a beautiful place to live. We have the mountains if you go up toward Clayton or Ball Ground or Waleska. We have towns like Canton. Woodstock, Waleska is a little town too. Certainly Ball Ground's growing as well. So we have the opportunity for restaurants, that sort of fun. We have the lake if you're a person who loves water sports. We really have everything anybody wants. And we have beautiful four seasons. I mean, where else can you enjoy winter, spring, summer, and fall? And truly enjoy that, and we do. I have 5 grandchildren, 1 more on the way. My children and their spouses, they all live in Cherokee County. I see that as the future for them. Still a wonderful place to live where community is such a important part. The schools do play a big role in that. Recently, I was so encouraged. We went to a program at Hickory Flat Elementary that my grandchild was in, and the gym was full. Families still love their children. Families still support the schools, their families, their children. That's what people are coming to Cherokee County for. It's what we've had for my entire life. The parks have improved so much over the years. So much wonderful money has been spent on making this a better place for families so they can play together. It's wonderful. In fact, Hickory Flat, just last year or the year before, the county bought property in Hickory Flat for a nice new park. So we're really excited for that too. There are just so many things that I see for the future that I'm looking forward to it for my family, as other families as well. For many years, Cherokee County has been a place where people would come together and do what needed to be done. If there was a death, there were always families that would help each other out. But one instance in particular that stands out in my mind and memory is one that was told to me many times. It was when the original Avery School burned. It would have been in the early 30s. My father was young, 8 or 9 at that time, and the school burned. And for a few weeks, months, they tried to have school in just different people's homes. That didn't work ideally. It was okay, but it was not the best. And so the families in the community of Avery decided that they would rebuild the school. there's a beautiful picture of the men and some boys lined up in front of the school where they met and rebuilt the school bigger and better. They thought it was a nice modern school. It had, I think, 4 classrooms with cloakrooms, and my father's in the picture, and his brother, and my grandfather. And I think that's a real good picture and a good reminder that we can work together and make something really, really good. And that school was in operation until the late 50s when it consolidated with Hickory Flat, and then it became a greater Hickory Flat area. If I could describe my life here growing up in Cherokee County, I would have to mention how deep my roots are. Recently I was doing some genealogy study, and I realized that all 16 of my great-great-grandparents are buried here in Cherokee County. And of course, all of my great-grandparents are, and my grandparents, and sadly my parents are all buried here in Cherokee County, which reminds me, when I think about that, just how important this community, this county has been in making me me. If I could describe Cherokee County in one word, I think it would be ideal. It's an ideal place to live, it's an ideal place to work, and it's really an ideal place to raise a family. I am so proud that my family has always lived here, and I'm so happy and proud that my son, my 2 daughters, my daughter-in-law and 2 sons-in-law, and my 5 grandchildren and one grandchild that should be here in April will have the chance that I did to grow up here in Cherokee County, and I hope and trust and believe that they will love it as much as I do.